Animated films are the bread and butter for quite a few studios, and Disney has created an entire empire off of its animated releases. But it would amaze you to know just how many of these movies were expected to flop. Here are 10 successful animated movies that were expected to fail. Number 10. Dumbo. Who would have thought that the world's cutest big-eared elephant was expected to be a failure? While Disney animators were working on Bambi, Walt decided to make Dumbo in order to finance the prior film.
Well, I just can't believe my eyes.
At the time, most of Disney's main animators were working on Bambi, so the junior animators had to be put to work on Dumbo.
You're terrific.
On top of that, the animators for the film went on strike in 1941, but Dumbo still ended up becoming a classic success. Number 9. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
I'm awfully sorry. I didn't mean to frighten you.
Snow White was Disney's very first animated feature, and it was nicknamed Disney's Folly, since most people didn't think an animated feature would hold people's attention.
Oh, did you hurt yourself?
Well, Snow White ended up starting the phenomena that was Disney Animated Studio. Disney was able to convince the bank to finance the last bit of the production, and it paid off in the end.
Why, Grumpy, you do care.
Number 8. The Fox and the Hound.
What you smelling?
The Fox and the Hound came around during the pivotal moment when the old animators were retiring, and the new animators wanted to take chances.
Well, boys, we're getting out of here till next spring.
Wolfgang Reitherman had directed Disney films since the 60s, but at this point, he decided to step down. The producers also changed Chief's fate since he dies in the book, but they wanted to have a happier ending for him in the film.
Sure beats sleeping in that barrel.
Number 7. The Secret of Nemo. The Secret of Nemo was the beginning of Don Bluth as an independent animator since he left Disney during Fox and the Hound's production.
That old flim-flam. Whatever for?
Don Bluth ran into creative differences with Disney, and he had animators working in his garage to create this film.
Who will he get better?
Don Bluth would later go on to create An American Tail, Land Before Time, and All Dogs Go to Heaven. Number 6. Beauty and the Beast.
Makes her the best. And don't I deserve the best?
At the time, Jeffrey Katzenberg was in charge of the animation studio, and he hated the storyboards that were given to him.
But he was so close.
On top of that, Howard Ashman was the lyricist, but at the time, he was experiencing health problems while going through AIDS health-related issues.
Alors she has emerged.
Number 5. Toy Story.
Don't count on it. Oh!
At the time, no animated film had been completely animated through computer effects before, so Pixar was attempting to pull off the very first one.
I have been chosen.
Of course, Jeffrey Katzenberg tried to have the script changed to make it more appealing to adults, but Disney executives disapproved until a new script was created.
Toss him overboard.
After 3 months of revisions, a compromise was finally met, and Toy Story became the cultural hit that we know and love today that just keeps spilling out sequels. Number 4. Toy Story 2. As if one film in a franchise wasn't enough to expect failure from, Toy Story beat all the odds with this one.
And then I'm out of here.
This was being worked on by the backup crew as a straight-to-film video while the main animators worked on A Bug's Life. Once Disney saw the test footage, they changed this to a theatrical release, and the animators were wiped out from working on 2 big projects so close together.
Hey, Buzz, can we slow down? May I remind you that some of us are carrying over $6 in change?
On top of that, all of the animation code was almost deleted when the backups were corrupted.
An agent of Zurg if I ever saw one.
Number 3. The Emperor's New Groove.
Ha! Boom, baby!
Disney's Renaissance was coming to an end, and viewers wanted something other than the epic musicals that Disney was pumping out.
Oh, right. The poison for Cusco. The poison chosen specially to kill Cusco. Cusco's poison.
Originally, the movie was going to be called Kingdom of the Sun, with the Lion King co-director Roger Allers set to direct. Next, the Cats Don't Dance's Mark Rindall was brought in, but when he left, most of the animators left to work on Lilo and Stitch. The movie's change in comedy and storytelling helped give it a fresh audience, and it's still loved.
Don't tell me. We're about to go over a huge waterfall.
Yep.
Sharp rocks at the bottom?
Most likely.
Bring it on.
Number 2. Sausage Party.
I am to be trusted.
Seth Rogen spent 8 years trying to get this film made, but the studio wasn't happy about the religious jokes.
No, don't worry, I got it this time. This time it's gonna be good.
The animators were overworked and forced to work overtime without pay, and if they refused, they were fired, blacklisted, and removed from the credits.
But if there is one thing I've learned on this journey, what we want doesn't matter.
Number 1. Heavy Metal. Children's animated films generally do well, but Heavy Metal is anything but a children's film.
Big.
Heavy Metal was handled by different animation studios for each sequence, and classic rock idols lent their name to the soundtrack.
I forgot. Are you circumcised?
While the film didn't reach great commercial success in 1981, over the years, it has gained cult classic standards, and it continues to make money as time goes on.
I told you, Charlie. I got an angle.
But if you want to see this year's biggest flops, go watch this video on 2023's biggest box office bombs.